How are you doing? How's things?
I'm fine, thanks. Well today. It wasn't yesterday.
Okay, what was happening?
Well, I don't think I can do presentations, Janet. This is something that's been ongoing. I mean, it's something I have to do it's for my work, and I'm presenting to a lot of audiences, but I'm just finding that I'm falling flat on my face when I get to it.
Okay, well tell me more about that. What is it that you feel is going on?
Well, when it comes to the presentation, I'm finding that it feels like I can't do it because I'm losing my voice, I'm losing train of thought, and I'm getting really worried about what people are thinking in the audience, and that's kind of taking over. And actually, I think that people think that I can't do it too, and actually that's what I think.
Okay, let's turn it around a little bit and just think about what would you like? What would you like it to be like when you stand up and do that presentation?
Ideally, I'd like to feel that the audience is engaged,
Okay.
And that they're really enjoying what I'm, the presentation that I'm giving. And me on stage, well, that's how I see myself. I'd like my voice to be clear, because at the moment, one thing is my voice just goes all over the place, and I can feel my heart beating, and so I'd like to be clear. And I guess the thing that I've seen in really good presentations is where the kind of the pace of it feels really natural too, because I'm feeling it. Well, it's another thing. I just think that I can't do it.
Okay, you've identified quite a few things there. You've identified the pace of the presentation, your voice, clarity of the voice. If you're looking to where you might be going, where you want that, think of that ideal,
Okay.
where you want to get to.
I'll hold on to that.
Yeah, hold on to that. Where are you now in comparison to that?
Well, if I was realistic with you, and if I was honest with myself, I'm part of the way there.
Okay.
So maybe I can do some of these things. But I mean, I have started presentation as well. It's just once I get into them, I'm finding the problem starts. And so I do start feeling focused, and I do start I actually do start fairly clear as well. It's just a few minutes in.
Okay. So there's a point where something changes in that presentation.
Yeah.
Can you identify what's happening there? Is there something that triggers that? Can you put your finger on?
I think there's an overwhelm. I'm getting overwhelmed.
Okay.
Actually, it's because I think I've got this view of the audience as I just feel small compared to them.
Okay.
And so I might start the presentation feeling kind of confident, but I start to look at the audience, and maybe it's a bit of stage fright, I don't know, but I kind of look at them and I think, oh gosh, there's all these people here listening to me. And that's probably the point where once I've had that thought, I can feel the things like my voice going, train of thought starts to disappear.
So What are you assuming about the audience that makes you feel like that?
That they're thinking about me and my presentation, and that they're probably I'm trying to put this into words, Janet. It's really helpful to talk about it. They see. Let me try and get this. I'm overwhelmed, and could you ask me that question again?
Yeah, what are you assuming about the audience?
The assumption I'm making,
that
I think,
makes you feel overwhelmed.
Yeah, the assumption I'm making is actually they're criticising my presentation skills. That's it.
So if you knew that they weren't criticising your presentation skills, what difference would that make to you? How would you feel? What would you do then?
Well, immediately that makes me, my mind opens up, and I feel, because I start to feel like I was in it then, and now you've turned that around, I feel, well, it would be fine. If they didn't think that, then I probably wouldn't have that problem.
So what would you be able to do then?
Well, it goes from feeling like 3 minutes into a presentation there being a kind of a haze of panic to it opens up a real kind of journey where I can see my presentation through to the finish and actually convey the messages that I want to share.
Okay.
Yeah.
So can you take that forward then as something that you can actually do when you get to that position?
I think so. One colleague noticed actually that I was feeling quite well, you can see I was quite shaken after the presentation, and he's offered to give me feedback, which I was a bit embarrassed about, so I haven't said yes, but maybe I should take him up on that, because that might be a better way of finding out what people are thinking. So that's something I've got a presentation coming up.
Right, okay.
And it actually does make me feel a bit better even thinking about it now, if I've got someone that I know is going to give me some constructive feedback about it, because I've not had feedback before on presentations ever.
Okay. So that's something that can take forward as a way forward in dealing with this, is to get some actual feedback from this colleague about how the audience is responding.
I think that's an action I can take, and that's great.
How that takes things forward.
Yeah. Thanks, Janet.
Okay.
Thanks for your time.